Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a playthrough of Aberration, a cooperative and solo town defense game. And disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So Aberration is a 1 to 4 player town defense game, and it has a bunch of different scenarios, both shorter and longer. I'm going to play through the third scenario, which is the first one not classified as a straight-up tutorial, but it is a short scenario, so the playtime is pretty quick. In fact, here the maximum number of rounds is, I think, 4 or 5, just so I can show off the game in a timely fashion and get through the entire game. You can play true solo, but I'm going to be controlling 2 characters because I think the interplay is more interesting. Also, I have found that the game is tougher, I think, at lower player counts and a little bit easier at higher player counts, so I'm a little scared to play true solo again. I definitely lost pretty badly my last game with it. The basic idea, the theme of this game is that these shadows of creatures are coming toward your town. Whenever they get revealed, they'll flip over and become actual minions. And if these shadow tokens or the enemies themselves get into the town, then they're going to advance this fear track. If it gets to 15, you immediately lose. Meanwhile, you're trying to push the survival track to the right to get to 15 and immediately win. The starting spots for fear and survival, by the way, are based on player count. So I'm starting at 9. If it was solo, it would be a little bit closer to victory and defeat for each. Now, one way as players you're going to be getting survival points is by completing objectives. You always have 1 revealed from the deck. Right now I have to light 3 fires. You keep track of how many you've done with tokens on the card. And if I complete it, I'll get +2 survival. Whenever you complete an objective, you flip a new one. You can also take an action, spend 1 of your tokens, we'll get to that soon, to get a new objective if the one you currently have is too tough. Another way to get survival is to kind of activate the locations in the town. So you'll see I have like this investigate the farm goal over here and claim the towers. These are based on the map tiles we're using. There are 6 different map tiles, each double-sided, so 12 maps total, and you use 4 of them to create 4 quadrants in each play. But if when I'm in the space linked to one of these, like if one of my characters was here, I spent the indicated actions, here a green and a yellow, I would flip it over, which would get me +1 survival, and would also give me a really powerful action to use the townsfolk, because the townsfolk can help you out if you take actions to send them places, these little meeples that are in the town center. And those are the ways to get survival, by activating the locations and completing objectives. Notice that defeating the enemies, it does not get you survival, so this is a game where you really need to find that balance between fighting and defending, and sometimes maybe letting some people in, and also getting the town activated to help you out. Now, back here a little bit, we've got the Great Beast board. So you've got several decks of cards here. You've got these transformation cards. As you take damage, you're going to draw these, and they mean you're kind of being corrupted by the enemies. They actually give you bonuses. You get like kind of more powerful from growing tentacles or whatever, but they often raise the fear track or do other negative things. You also have the Great Beast deck. You're going to draw 1 card from this at the end of every round. And in this scenario, there are 4 of these cards. So yes, in round 5, I will lose automatically. The scenario also dictates which enemies you're using. And you've always got 3 horde enemies, which are a little bit weaker, and then 2 monstrosity enemies. And each enemy actually has a deck of 6 cards, level 1 through 6. I'm playing on a slightly easier difficulty. You usually start at level 2, but I'm starting at level 1 because, again, I've been losing a lot. But these guys will be spawning from those shadows. You can defeat them. They have their attack value, how many dice they roll against you, their health, how much damage they can take, and then they'll often have keywords that give them special powers and things. And then talking about the board, like I said, it's in 4 quadrants. There are these movement spaces. That's where the enemies will advance and where you'll be moving around. Heroes can also move along these paths to get to other quadrants. They can also move into the town center and back out to connect places as well. There are also fire tokens that start on the board, and these shadows, by the way, and fires start because of little icons on the... Oh, you can't see the fire one. Whereas, here you go. There's a fire icon on the board. Yes, so these things will be moving around. The fires can help us out because if a shadow moves into a fireplace, it gets revealed automatically. There are also these influence tokens that show the Great Beast has kind of taken control of an area. If that happens, then all these shadows will kind of ignore that space and heroes can't move in there anymore, which means the path will be shortened and they'll be running in that much faster. But this is the main use of fires. They cancel these out. So if an influence token would go where a fire is, they both go away. But the most important part of the game are the characters. So everyone gets an ability board like this. You've got 4 stats: intellect, strength, speed, and command. Intellect is how many tokens you're going to draw from your bag, because there's a bit of a bag builder in the game. Strength is generally going to control your melee attacks. Speed is going to be ranged attacks and movement most of the time. And command is going to relate to those meeples. But it depends on your character and your class. So in the core game, there are 6 of each, 6 characters and 6 classes, and you pick a combination of them. So there's lots of fun character kind of varieties here. It is going to determine your setup, so which tokens you start with in the bag. Here I've got Eldrin the Elf as a captain, so I'm going to put all of these tokens in their bag. And then we also get some other things. So here it says flip this. There's Eldrin, and that's going to be, oops, let me move a little bit to the left. This token here is their health token. You can move to the right when you take damage, move to the left when you heal, although once it goes onto a new board, you can't heal back to the previous board anymore. Each character has a special ability. In Eldrin's case, they have Keen Sight. Whenever they reveal a shadow, they ignore its reveal effect, because lots of shadows will do nasty things in addition to spawning monsters when you flip them. Characters also have a held space, because you're going to be drawing a number of these tokens every turn equal to your intellect. And if you don't want to use one at the end of the turn, you can keep it for the next turn. But then your sort of class is even more important. You flip that over, although hold on. I do get to place 2 fire tokens in safe spaces with no aberrations or shadows in it. And then I'm going to start in the village center or adjacent to it. As I already noted, fires tend to be best where they can stop influence from popping up. So I know we'll put one there. And then actually this is the track with the ones that are farthest away. So we'll put one there for his start. But then your flipped side shows what actions you can take. And everyone's kind of got access to similar actions, but they actually do pretty different things. You've always got 2 actions at the top that are basically moving and melee attacking, although again, they can be different from character to character, that any type of token you pull from the bag can be used for. And then a special action you can do for each of blue, red, green, and yellow specifically. Whites are wild, so we'll see how all that works in a second. Then I've also got Thalin, the Ogresh Duelist. They're going to get their own mix of tokens added, but they are going to get to pick an action chip from their bag to place in their held space. So I'm going to try to get them to go ahead and activate one of the locations on the first turn. So let's have them hold their, their red. So they'll also have 4 actions on their first turn, which is pretty nice. And they've got a momentum ability, which says once per action, when you finish your movement in a space with an aberration, you can do a melee attack dealing 1 damage. So they can get some free, rushing damage going on people. And each player gets a little boost based on player count. Here we each get 2 items. Items are single-use things. They can either be used for their power here, or they have a little mitigation thing at the bottom here. So here I can use the Lucky Arrow to make a range attack dealing 1 damage, or discard it for anybody's turn. So the bottom things can be used on anybody's turn to reroll any number of dice, or I can draw a new objective, or add 1 damage to somebody's attack after they have done it. And then Eldrin has a village map. Oh, to place your hero in any space. That's pretty amazing. Or a flare. Choose a map tile, reveal all shadows on that map tile, ignoring their reveal effects. It's pretty dang good too. Definitely like Eldrin's items better. But there we go. We are ready to start. Oh, except I gotta decide where we're starting. So the clear the hill needs red and green. They can each start in or adjacent to the town center. And then, hey, Eldrin will try to activate investigate the farm, so they'll start there. Okay, so now we're actually ready to go. Let's get into how the turns run. So first, at the beginning of a round, we have the village turn, where we return assigned villagers to the village center. Basically, if the little meeple villagers had been sent out to locations, you start out with 4 in the town center, but then again, you can unlock more. They would return here to be used again. And then we pass first player token clockwise. Clearly, none of that is happening because it's the first round. But now getting to the real hero turns. What happens on your turn is, first you move an action chip from your ability board to your hero bag that is going to level you up. I'll show that in a second. Then you draw chips from your hero bag equal to your intellect, and then you take your actions. Let's see how that all works. All right, so here's Thalin. They've got their stuff in the bag, but every single turn you get to level up by, as they said, removing a token from your hero board. You're either going to reveal an item card, which means you get to draw an item card immediately, or a new number. So now suddenly their speed would be 3 instead of 2, or they would do 3 damage with their strength attacks instead of 2. Or eventually, it takes a while for intellect, you could draw 4 tokens every turn. So here, I wanted to get a green, right, to go with the red to activate a location. So let's go ahead and put a speed token, a green, into their bag and draw an item card, which is a compass. Choose any hero and they move up to their speed. Pretty cool. And now we draw tokens up to our intellect, or action chips as they're called. And we got a yellow, a green, and a blue. So this is my pool of actions to take this turn. So now, one at a time, I'm going to put these in my discard pool, and I also have the red one that was held. One at a time, I'm going to put them in my discard pool to resolve action. So let's see what Thalen's options are. So he's got the basic dash action, which pretty much everybody has. For any token, he can move up to his speed of 2. He can also do a nimble strike for any token, make a melee attack, dealing strength damage. Oh, but his is a nimble strike. Most people just have strike, where you can move 1 after doing it. Pretty cool. And know that is just straight up dealing 2 damage to an enemy. Some other attacks will have you roll these dice where there's a single double hit side and 2 miss sides. So if you do the math, you're actually slightly better with effects that do automatic damage because the dice are slightly more likely to give you less than 1 hit on average per die. All right, so those are the ones he can use for anything for. With a blue, he can taunt, move any number of shadows or aberrations adjacent to you into your space. And the second that a shadow shares a space with flame or with a hero, it gets revealed so that you can actually see what monsters are there and start fighting them. For red, he can do crowd fighting, make a melee attack against each aberration in your space by rolling strength dice. That's pretty dang good. I should level up strength. Green, snipe, you may reveal a shadow on any map tile and then make a range attack by rolling speed dice. Range attacks can attack somebody anywhere on your tile, but not on a different tile, so you can attack kind of far. And then finally, for a yellow, he can rally. Assign 1 villager to one of the available action spaces. Oh, then you can make a range attack that deals 1 damage. That's pretty nice. But first thing first, just as we wanted to, I'm going to use a red and a green to flip this, getting us +1 survival. And just to talk about the actions I have available, because I could assign a villager for a yellow. The shopkeeper action lets you get 1 item, pretty basic. The archers do 1 damage as a ranged attack to any enemy in either of the adjacent quadrants. So this archer can shoot to the north and the east. This archer can shoot to the south and the west. And then finally, the torchbearer, very important for our current Repel the Darkness objective to light 3 fires, lets you place a fire token in a space with no enemies or shadows, just like what Eldrin the elf did at the beginning of their turn. So I want to get that torchbearer going. Thalen already has a yellow to do it with, but when he uses his yellow to rally, he also gets to do a range attack. Oh, I forgot to say what Militia does. Militia is a stronger version of archers. It only attacks in the indicated tile, but you get to roll your command dice. Right now, Thalen has 2 of those instead of just doing 1 automatic damage. So yeah, before I assign the torchbearers, I kind of want to reveal that shadow and attack them. So I've got a few ways I could do that. I could use the taunt ability to taunt them into my space, although that's getting them closer to invading the town. I could use this as a dash action to move into their space. I could also use that new compass. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to use the compass item I got to choose a hero and then move up to their speed. So I'll move into here. Now, I'm going to reveal this and spawn the enemies when I end my move, which does mean I don't get to use my momentum ability, which was one where once per action, when I finish a move in a space with an aberration, I get to do 1 free damage. Oh, no. It's a double spawn, a 2 and a 3 enemy. Uh-oh. So those Roman numerals correspond. So we got 1 gripper, a 2 with 1 attack, 3 health, and armor. We'll tell you what that means in a second. And 1 vile bat with 1 attack, 3 health, and flying. So they're hanging out here, just looking terrifying. Now, armor and flying. Armor means you can't take more than 2 damage from an attack, which is pretty annoying when you're an enemy with 3 life, like the level 1 gripper is. And then flying means you're immune to melee attacks. Only range attacks can hurt you. I don't like any of this. But you know what? I can do something about it. I'm at least going to kill that little gripper guy. So first, I'm going to use my yellow action to do a rally. I get to assign 1 village, and then I can make a range attack that deals 1 damage. And I could assign the villager to the hill to do 2 damage to the bat since it's a range attack, and then the extra 1 damage would kill him off. I could do the same thing to the gripper, but I want to do the objective. Because remember, that's how you actually win. So I'll go to the torchbearer and put down a fire. Where are they? We actually got pretty good fire coverage. I don't know. How about right here? And that puts one of these little marker tokens here, so we are 1/3 of the way to getting 2 more survival for winning. Then I get to do the 1 range attack, but I'm actually going to do it on the gripper, because for my final blue action, I could hold it, but I don't want to. I'm going to do a basic nimble strike for 2 damage against the gripper, which will defeat him entirely. And note those were 2 separate attacks, a 1 damage range attack and then a 2 damage melee attack, so his armor did not come into play. And because that was a nimble strike for my character, I can move a single space. Now, there's not much reason to move 1 in front of enemies, enemies, because basically how enemies activate is if they're already on a space with a hero, they just attack. If they're next to a space with a hero, they move in one and then attack. And if there's nobody anywhere nearby, they just move in one. So you literally gain nothing from being right in front of them. So I could stay there. I could run over here to where there's a lot more shadows. Yeah. I mean, if this guy gets in, it's a single fear. Out of the 6 I need to lose. That's not too bad. I'll go over here to go towards new buildings and stuff. And that's the end of Thalen's turn, so Eldrin is next. What do I need? I need a blue. No, not a blue. I need a green and a yellow to activate the location that they're on. And their yellow action, assign 1 villager. If it attacks, take the action against each aberration in the target space. Well, that would have been amazing with the militia against the 2 enemies that Thalen was hanging out with, but it's not going to help out much here. He has coordinate, move up to your speed, then another hero may also move up to their speed. So he's like a nice kind of controller, helper, support character for movement. But he only has the basic strike. But she? I think it's a she. She only has the basic strike. So she does not get to move like Thalen does with the captain class here. For misdirection, you can move any shadow aberration 1 space on any map tile. You can push them back, which is often nice. For her red tactical takedown, you can place an aberration on your map tile into your space and then make a melee attack dealing strength damage. That's pretty dang good. And then green collaborate, make a range attack by rolling speed dice and add +1 to your damage if another hero is on your tile. And again, well, yes, I don't love the green. Let's get another yellow, which gets her an item as well. And it's, weird, another compass. So now we've got a village map to like this teleport and a compass, but the compass can move any hero while the village map has to be me. And then I'm going to draw 3 tokens, 2 yellows and a red. So not the green I wanted to investigate the farm. So I might just want to save a yellow and wait. But what am I going to do? Oh, darn it. I should have paid better attention. I could have used the volley for the militia and hit both those guys if I had not had Thalen use so many actions to attack them. So that was not too smart, Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm in a bit of a weird thing. If I want to hold 1 yellow, I can't do a volley. I mean, I guess I could use a yellow to have them attack the aberration to the north. But you know what? I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to use the flare to reveal the 2 shadows on Eldrin's tile, ignoring their reveal effects, which might be good if they flip and have negative things. I'll probably show you that in a second. And then I could use tactical takedown to attack one of them and maybe finish them off with a volley. That sounds good. So I'm revealing both of these guys. Here we go. So this says 4 and influence. First of all, a 4 is a monstrosity, which are like the little mini boss guys. They suck. And then influence is the worst keyword you can get because that is what places out these influence things. They go in the matching tile on the highest numbered space, which would immediately push this shadow forward, shorten the board because there's no fire there to stop it. Influence sucks. So it's wonderful that I'm ignoring the reveal effect. Although I didn't need it because I forgot Eldrin's ability is Keen Sight, where when they reveal a shadow through any means, they ignore its reveal effect. So I guess I didn't need to do that, but still, it is nice. What's not so nice is that I got a Grotesquerie coming out. Treebeard is not looking so great. They have 3 attack, 2 health, revenge, and toxic. Although when you defeat a monstrosity, you get to draw an item card. So unlike the basic enemies, you do get a little bonus for killing them. Let's look at revenge and toxic. When you're defeated by a hero, that hero takes 1 damage. Not too bad. And toxic. When defeated by a hero, that hero gains 1 transformation chip. That is not so good. Transformation chips look like this. We each started with 1. Whenever you draw them from your bag, first of all, they don't have a color, so they can only be used for the basic movement and attack actions. That's not ideal. But then also, whenever you draw 1, you take a damage, so it's kind of like you're being corrupted from within. But, I mean, he's only got 2 life. We got to do what we got to do. Let's see what this dude's got first. Oh, it's got a 3 and ambush. Ambush would have dealt 1 damage each hero on the map tile, but we're ignoring reveal effects. So that's just a bat with 3 life. Not too bad. Now, sadly, not really sadly, but I didn't get 2 enemies on the same space, so my yellow action's ability to hit all the aberrations in a space isn't going to matter that much. So I guess I'll use red for tactical takedown. That lets me move an aberration from my map tile straight to my space. Hello. And then make a melee attack dealing strength damage. Currently that's 2, which is enough to wipe this guy out. But he's doing 1 damage to me, and when you reach the reds, that's when you draw the transformation cards that are both good and bad. Very Cthulhu Death May Die, by the way. And then I'm also adding that transformation chip straight into my bag. Yay for that. Even less chance that I'll draw the green I need to finish off that location I'm next to. Okay, then I am going to do a volley, assign one villager, and if it attacks, I get make the attack against everybody in that space. And even though I could attack the guy in my space, you can't assign a villager anywhere. It doesn't have to be like where you are. So I'll tell them to go to the hill and shoot the bat for 2 range damage, so 1 more will kill him, or Thalon can just use the lucky arrow on his turn and take care of him that way. So yeah, forget us taking a survival from that guy, a fear from that guy getting in. We're going to take care of him. And then, like I said, Eldrain's going to hold a yellow, so if they can draw a green next turn, they can investigate the farm. That'll be nice. All right, we finished both hero turns, so now we go to a great beast turn. So first, we're going to activate all aberrations clockwise from north. And again, if they're on a space with a hero, they attack. If they can move into a space with a hero, they attack. Otherwise, they just move 1. So this guy's 1 away from the town center. If he moves in, he would cause 1 fear, while the big boss dudes would cause 2. Oh, speaking of the boss dude, I got to draw an item from killing him. Rejuvenating Elixir. Choose a player. They may take up to 3 action chips from their discard pool and place them in their hero bag. That's actually pretty nice. Or I can block to prevent a damage that's about to be dealt. But yeah, so basic, horde enemies cause 1 fear, and the monstrosities cause 2. Okay, there's only 1 more aberration. Move in there. The aberrations, the enemies can never move along the paths. Those are just for heroes. Okay, next we advance all shadows clockwise from north. This part's going to be a lot nastier. So whenever a shadow moves into a space with a fire or a hero, it is revealed. No. All right, so a lot of shadows have a plus extra enemies that will spawn at different player counts. So here for 4 players, we would have also spawned a savage wolf, but now we're just getting a bat. So there it is. But we also have the influence keyword, and it's not anybody's turn, so we can't avoid it this time. And it always goes, again, on the highest numbered space, which unfortunately immediately pushes the shadow up. And you always move the shadows and aberrations, start with the lowest space, so they kind of move inward, going outward. So this shadow is still moving, also getting revealed. Oh my god, it's also an influence, and it's a level 2, it's another gripper. You know, sometimes having the fire reveal guys when you're not ready is not so great. So now, note that we cannot move into these spaces. The enemies will spawn right into there. Note that this shortcut is now useless because we can't move into that space. And one more thing. You notice how the control the harbor location is next to where this just got taken out? It is corrupted, and we gain 1 fear. Oh no. Yeah, some pretty bad luck there with influence. And the scenario I'm playing, Claustrophobia, already uses the maps with the shortest paths. So this one's supposed to be like a really intense knife fight. So having this already very short path become even shorter is kind of a nightmare. Well, hopefully the same thing won't happen over here, but maybe it will. Nope, just a 3 crud. Hey, guess what? We're supposed to add a bat. Guess how many bats there are? There are 3, and guess where they are? All on the board. And whenever you're supposed to spawn an aberration, but there are none left, they all get to activate instead. So boop. And this guy's coming in and attacking Thalon. They always roll attack dice. Their attack stat is 1, so they took 1 damage to Thalon. And then this one comes in. Hey, at least he's off the board, but we didn't get a chance to finish him off. And yeah, now we have taken another fear. We're at 11. Not great, y'all. Not so great. We still have another shadow, but that one's not getting revealed. So we survived at least. Okay, and finally we get to the Great Beast card. It's going to level up 1 type of aberration. It's going to have an event, and it's going to spawn more shadows. None of which is good for us, but hey, let's see what happens. All right, so first we get a Roman numeral here. That aberration will level up. So all of the savage wolves are level 2 now. So they went from 1 attack to 2, 3 health to 4, and they still have the aggressive stat. I'm very happy, by the way, that we have not spawned a single savage wolf, because now they're more powerful. Okay, then we have an event. Place an influence token on the east map tile. Woo-hoo-hoo. Thank God. I say thank God for the fire here. So the fire cancels out the influence, but now I have no fire to stop the horde. And you can't place a fire in a spot with a guy. So I got to try to kill this guy and then put some fire down with a torchbearer. See if we can make it happen. And then finally, we're going to spawn a number of shadows equal to the number of heroes plus 1. Now, this is pretty important. Note that the spawn from the Great Beast cards is based on number of heroes. But the number of shadows that start on the board is not based on player count at all. So that's one of the things that I find makes 1 and 2 players so much harder, is that at the beginning of the game, you just get mobbed. Now we might have like a little bit of a chance to deal with things, but it can be pretty rough. Now, note this little east, because the spawning is actually written down wrong in the rules. They had to clarify elsewhere. So I'm spawning 3 shadows. Let me show you how that works. And here, this is easier if I zoom out a bit. So I find the east, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place 1 shadow on each entrance. So not by tile, but by like actual entrance. So you see the south tile has 2 entrances. So I go to the east and I go to the next one, which is going to be here. But like if there was another one to the east, or let's say it was the south, they had me starting at the south, I would go here first. So you find wherever the directionality is, and going clockwise around, you go to the next entrance. I hope that makes sense. So east. We got 1 there, not revealed yet. We got 1 here, getting revealed immediately. It's just a wolf, but that's a leveled up wolf now, so woof is what I'm saying. And then finally, 1 shadow here. So nothing new added to the north and the south. So the north is actually still clear, which is beautiful. But the east got worse, and the south is terrible. But hey, at least we're both there. We can even like let this shadow go in potentially, or shoot them with some villagers. We'll see how it goes. All right, so that was 1 round out of a possible 5. We need to get 5 more survival to win, and we need 4 more fear to lose. But now we're doing the village turn, so now we'll return all the villagers, which does actually matter this time. By the way, if a villager is out in a location when it gets corrupted, like that one did, then the villager dies. And you also lose villagers as the fear increases, and they just like kind of flee the town. So you can actually run out of village meeples. But on the positive side, there are some shadows that are villagers. So if they get revealed, you don't, have to find anybody and you just get a free villager for the rest of the game, which is pretty awesome. Hopefully we'll get some of those. Okay, and first player is going to Eldrin. So let's see what they want to do. All right, so we know they want a green. They have, how many is it? They have what feels like 5 tokens in their bag. 1 is their starting green and 1 is a white, which is a wild. So pretty good odds. They would literally have to draw everything except the white and the green to not get it. So with that being the case, what do I want to put in my bag? I could get my command up to 3, which would make militia deal 3 damage. But at the moment, the only militia is in the north. So increasing that wouldn't actually help me at all, and I don't want more. The green would let me make a stronger... Oh, no, it'd only be an item card, but it would get me closer to making stronger range attacks and moving farther. The strength would let me straight up do 3 damage with my tactical takedown, which is amazing. Negative side of that is, though, that right now bats are our biggest worry, and they can't be hurt by melee. And then the blue would let me move a shadow aberration 1 space on any map tile, just like kind of push him back to buy myself more time, which is fine. Honestly, I think I kind of want the red. Although, that's going to mess up my odds, isn't it? Because now I'm going to be less likely to draw the green or the wild. Let's see what happens. Okay, I did get the wild. Oh, I got a corruption. So that's going to move up 1. But yeah, so I've got that and that and that. All right, and plus the yellow I saved. So let's go ahead and do what we wanted to do and activate the location next to us with the yellow and a white, which is going to get the farm investigated. We get +1 survival, and now we can scout. Scouting lets us to reveal a shadow anywhere and ignore its reveal effect. Well, whatever. That's definitely not what Eldrin needs. Well, here, you know what? I was just going to save my stuff, but let's try to kill some things. And I think I'm going to help Thalin out. I'm going to use my village map, place my hero in any space, because I can teleport straight here and I can ignore the reveal effect of the shadow I'm about to reveal, which had insight. What's that one? Oh, it would force me to activate a monstrosity, and if none were present, which there aren't any right now, I would activate the horde that just came out, the wolf. But I don't have to do that, so that was kind of nice. Okay, so now I've got a blue and a black, so I can just do basic strikes with both of these, each dealing strength damage. And I've also got a green-red I could activate, but nah. All right, so we'll just do 2 basic 3 damage melee attacks because that boosted my strength. So that defeats the grippers, which... Oh, no, they have armor. Shoot. So I can't kill either of them because the wolf will take 3 damage, and they also have aggressiveness. What does that do? Oh, after they activate, they advance 1. And that's even if there's a hero on their space, so they just keep on trying to claw their way into the town. Dang it. So I can't kill either of these guys? Well, I guess I could if I double attacked one or the other. Fine. I guess I'll double attack the wolf. So the first attack deals 3, but the second attack only does... Well, actually, hold on. Fallon still got his lucky arrow. Let's use that. So first attack, I'll attack the wolf for 3, and then Fallon will use the lucky arrow. Oh no, I guess he has to wait till his turn, so we'll wait a second on that. But then second action, I'll attack the horror. Maybe we'll be able to shoot it with a archer or something later. But the nastier enemy is ready to be killed by that lucky arrow in a moment. All right, that's it for Eldrin. Fallon, I'd like him to rally, especially because it would let me make a range attack that deals 1 damage. I forgot about that. Ooh, that's really good, because that would let him light a torch to get closer to our objective and finish off the wolf. But he does have his wild in here, so he has a very good chance even with adding 1. Okay, and with snipe, you may reveal a shadow on any map tile and then make a range attack by rolling speed dice. So he could shoot the bat that's on his space. That's pretty good, too. All right, so sure, let's go ahead and upgrade him to 3 speed now. And then we're going to draw 3 and hopefully get that wild. Oh, wow, we got everything. We did not get our transformation chip. So he'll be taking a damage in a moment. But this is great because he can rally to assign a villager and then make a range attack that deals 1 damage. So he's definitely going to do the torchbearer to light another fire. And, we can't put it there. Well, yeah, we can put it over here, which is the first place influence would come in on the west. That's kind of valuable, at least. But that puts this at 2. And that would get us to 13, which means if we could activate 2 more locations, we'd win. Again, this is a shorter scenario. It's a knife fight. They could win suddenly, but so can we. And with his rally action, he gets to do a 1 range attack, so the wolf is dead. Again, doesn't get us anything because it was not a monstrosity, but he's not going to bite anybody, and he's not going to aggressively advance. All right, and now let's have Fallon try to shoot the bat. So this is snipe. I can reveal a shadow on any map tile, and then I can make a range attack rolling my 3 speed dice. And I've still got the lucky arrow to finish off this guy if I need to. So I guess I'll reveal what? I don't really want to reveal that. And that's going to get revealed by the fire anyway, and I can't shoot it. Yeah, I guess I don't want to. It says you may reveal a shadow. I choose not to. Honestly, I'm realizing the duelist might have been better for Eldrin, because then Eldrin could reveal shadows all over the place and ignore their reveal effects with his keen sight. So, hey, you live, you learn. But anyway, 3 dice on the bat. This is a range attack, so he's not immune to it. We want to get 3 hits or more to straight. Whoa! That was the equivalent of 3 6s, y'all. That was like an 18 in D&D for my stats. He's dead. You can't split it, but that bat is super dead. All right, and then I will go ahead and use the lucky arrow to finish off this guy. So, wow, we have super saved this side of things. I just wish I had some fire here to stop the influence from spreading. But for the moment, we're good. And yeah, not much reason for Fallon to use that green to move or do a range attack against nobody. We might as well wait and see how things pan out. So that's the end of another player turn. We need to light 1 more fire. We need to activate some more buildings. See how that goes. But let's activate some aberrations. The bats move in 1. The dogs move twice, but hey, it means they're in the same space. Do we have something that attacks multiple people in the same space? Oh, shoot. Fallon has crowd fighting, but that's a melee action. Again, I probably should have paid attention to which enemies were in here, because with these bats, not every class is going to do as well. Range-focused classes might have been better. But that's just how things go sometimes. Okay, next, Shadows moves. That one's there. And this one's getting revealed. Please don't do something nasty. It's a 2 gripper that leaps. Oh, leap's actually kind of funny. What it does is it lets them immediately move 2 more, but it can't take them into the village center. So here, his leap was a total waste. I could let him get in and just keep focusing on the south. He's not that bad. Let's see where the new shadows pop up. Second card. Oh, crud. The wolves have double advance. They are now level 3, so they have 5 health and 3 attack. But the key thing is they still only cause 1 fear when they get in. So sometimes you just want to let the leveled up guys get away. Oh gosh, each player adds a transformation chip to their hero bag. Can you stop? Eldrin's already got 2. All right, and then we are again doing 3 spawn starting in the west. Okay, here's an example of what I was talking about. So it's starting in the west. We're ignoring this other one for the west and starting right here. Oh, it's going to get revealed. Oh, it's another 2 with leap. And this time it matters. So they're hanging out. Well, actually, that'd be a great place to go crowd fighting. If he levels up red, a single attack in there would kill them both. Okay, and then over here, immediately revealed. Oh my gosh, it's influence. Well, the fire cancels it out, but they both go away. But we do get the other monstrosity, the Ancient Herak, I think it's called. 2 attack, 4 health, and armor, so you gotta hit him twice generally. And by the way, unlike the Aberration, no, it's not the Aberrations, unlike the Hordes, which have 3 of each, like 3 wolves, 3 bats, the monstrosities, there's only 1 of each. So if you get another shadow tile that would spawn in the same monstrosity, they tend to advance very quickly. But that guy's pretty far back. We got some time. And our old friend the East is getting somebody immediately. It's just a 3. And I guess technically Eldrin is the one revealing the shadow, so if it had had an effect, then it wouldn't have done anything, so that's pretty good. That is another bat. Luckily, there aren't 3 of them out anymore. All right, so we're in a situation. If all 4 of these guys get in, that's already enough for us to lose the game. Yep, because we're at 11, so that'd be exactly enough. So we got to deal with some of that. But at least that's the end of the round. All right, and Valen's first this turn. I really like that idea about doing crowd fighting. So let's add a strength to his bag, making him do 3 damage. And, he's taken 2 damage from transformations. Lovely. But he's got his held green and a red and those. So that's pretty good. All right, so what does he want to do? I do have this compass to move a hero up to their speed, because I want to get him to where the little monsters are, although he's got a lot of things. So now, let's just move him with this, a regular dash. So he can move up to 3, so we'll go 1, 2. Now, he does get to finally use his momentum ability to deal 1 damage to one of them, but it doesn't matter. Oh, actually, it does matter, because he has to roll dice for crowd fighting. It's not automatic, so sure, he'll do 1 damage to these guys from his momentum. Now he's going to use crowd fighting, so he makes a melee attack against each aberration in his space. So he's going to roll the dice once. I think it's once. Let me check. Yeah, I believe it's just a 1 roll. So 3 will kill them both. 2 will just kill the guy I already hurt. We got 3. We're getting those doubles. Okay, so they are both gone. That makes things look a lot better already. Okay, so then he's got a black and a green left. Well, let's see. I think I'll use the black to move. Should I just let the wolf bite me? Oh, and he'll advance in anyway, so there's really no point. So actually, I'll just move to there with my speed, because you can't do range attacks from the town center. You can actually be in there. But then I'll use snipe so I can reveal a shadow. Fine, let's see what this is. A 5 and an influence. Oh, no. The influence goes in here, not the worst thing in the world. But the 5 is this guy, so he immediately moves up a little faster. But hey, no new enemies. Then I get to do a 3 range attack. So let's target the bat, because I can actually kill him. I'm just going to let the wolf get in. Whoops, I lost a diver there, but hey, it was it. +2. I'm getting lucky with those 2s. So that got rid of the bat. All right, so we got cleared a bunch of people, but he did not in any way advance any victory conditions, so that part's not great. So we'll try to have Eldrin pick up the slack. And I think before I do anything, I'm going to use the rejuvenating elixir. I can take up to 3 action chips from my discard pile and place them in my hero bag. So let's get the wild, and what does the thing next to me need? A red and a green. Let's get the red, and I'm going to put a yellow in as well, because I would like to assign a villager to light the last fire. And then for his level up, I'll get the green that the location needs. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to draw everything I need, but, I get an item card. Let me get that. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get all the tokens I need to do everything. Oh, and I got a lucky arrow to deal 1 damage. Nice. Okay. So I can do the thing next to me, but I can't activate a yellow to do the torchbearer thing. That's a bummer. It's a bummer. I guess I could, and then I could save the green for next turn to activate the location. Yeah. Okay. So let's do the white as a yellow. Do a volley to assign a villager. I'm not going to attack anybody, so I won't get any of the bonus stuff there. I'm going to assign a torchbearer. Where do I want to fire? Oh, definitely up here in case we get another influence attempt. But there we go. We lit 3 fires. So boom, 2 away. And we immediately get a new objective. Be something easy. Lead the people. Assign 4 villagers. Oh, for 2 more survival. So, I mean, I don't think we have that many yellows, but we do have 4 villagers. So if we could just bum rush yellow actions in 1 round, we could win immediately. It's definitely kind of something we could think about. And they could be helping us attack too. So yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. All right, but I've still got a green and a black. I was going to save the green to get close to claiming the tower. What do I do for the black? I could coordinate to move up to my speed. Oh, I can move somebody else up to their speed. I forgot about that. Or I can make a melee attack, but the bat's not affected. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what to do. Oh, did I take damage from drawing? I'm 99% sure I did not take damage from drawing that transformation chip. Or maybe I did. I guess I've only drawn 2 and I haven't been attacked. Never mind. Yeah, I wish I could hold 2 chips. There is a character, the human, who can hold 2, which is really nice for flexibility. I just hate to waste an action. That's the thing. Well, here's an alternative. I could use my green to move both of us. Or not the green, the black. I could stay here to claim the tower, because remember, I only needed to activate 2 locations. Where could Thalon go that he'd have a decent chance of getting activated? That over there is red and yellow, but he already has all his reds out. This one's blue and red, if he starts grabbing some blues. So sure, I'm going to use my black to move both of us up to our speed. I'm going to stay put, but Thalon can move up to 3. So let's go here, I guess. And then I'm going to save the green to activate the claim the tower. And actually, if we're not going to try to do like the objective, let's go ahead and use the ancient lore to draw a new objective. Which, just a note, you can also do with a blue action chip. Assign 2 villagers to vantage points. Place an objective token each time you assign a villager to a vantage point. Vantage points are specifically the ones that you've unlocked, not the starting things. Okay, so that's easier, and that would get us 1, and then we could just open up one of the 2 locations. That seems doable. But first, we got to survive. Okay, this guy moves here. He's attacking me for just 1. 0, okay. Nice job, Eldrin. And the wolf's getting in for 1 fear, which, oops, means we lose a villager. So we're down to 3. We are 3 from loss, which means even the monstrosity getting in wouldn't be necessarily an instant loss, but you can lose fear from being hurt if we get to one of those red spots. So we're not really safe if we're that close. Oh, wow. All the shadows are gone. That part's nice. So great beast. The other monstrosity levels up. Totally fine. He's not anywhere to be seen. Oh, they would go to 4 attack and 3 health. I mean, that's not that bad, really. His revenge and toxic are the worst things. Okay, each player rolls a die, and their hero takes that much damage. Okay. Eldrin again takes 2. Oh, he just went red. Let's roll for Thalon, and then we'll resolve it. And Thalon takes 2. Jeez, they both went red. Oh, crud. This could be bad. So again, once you reach a red, you have to resolve one of these transformation cards, and you can't heal back. Or sorry, no, it's not the reds that make you not heal back. You can't heal back to a previous board. All right, and Thalon's also there. So 2 transformation cards. Eldrin gets Aberrant Intellect. When you draw this card, move an intellect chip from your ability board to your bag. So I get a free item. All right. But, and this is the most common one, Hideous Appearance. We gain 1 fear, which, yeah, accelerates things quite a bit. Okay, then Thalon gets Protruding Bones. After an aberration attacks you, it takes 2 damage. I don't need that. And we gain another fear, which means we lose another villager. Oh, no. Oh, man. So now if anybody gets in, including the Abomination, we lose. I mean, I guess I could run somebody back to block him and just take his attacks. Oh, God, I'm respawning 4 shadows. Oh, they might just do nasty things right now. Let's see what happens. All right, and they were starting in East. That's Population Eldrin. Funville. It's a 3 with ambush, but he's revealing it, so the ambush, again, I think doesn't happen. So it's just a second bet. Okay, and then 1 to each south. This one gets revealed immediately. It is a 1 and an influence. Gosh darn it. So the 1's a wolf. That part's okay. But the influence number goes to the highest number. So it's actually going here, which is making the next shadow spawn right there, which is a 4 and an influence. Are you kidding me? Well, at least it's not the other guy, or he would have immediately advanced. The influence would go here. That's the new highest number, so it just gets rid of the fire. All right, can y'all not make me lose immediately? Like, please? I don't want to. What is it? Okay, just a 2. That's fine. That's just one of our little Shoggoth or, like, vine monsters over here. Oh, my gosh. So we're still only about to lose from that guy. That's the only one that's going to kill us. And if either Thalon can get over there to activate that, or if we can both get a yellow action to do the farm in the hill while we also claim the tower to complete the objective, we could win that way. I don't know, man. We'll see how things go. All right, so Eldrin's first. He saved a green. What does he need? A red. Well, we're just going red then, even though he can't even attack the bats that are on his face, because I just want to draw a red to win this thing. Yeah, I got a red. Okay, I got several good things. I could even push... With misdirection, I could push the monstrosity back. That actually seems like maybe a good idea. So we'll do the green and the red to claim the tower, which gets us immediate survival. We are 1 from victory, people. And then, yeah, I think I'll use my blue to push this guy back 1, because unless things go badly, we draw another thing that would spawn him. That should be safe. Wait, did I remember to get an item from the new blue? I don't think I did. What is it? Hand axe. Makes a melee attack by rolling strength dice. It's pretty nice, actually. But there's nowhere I can go fast enough. My speed is still only 2 to actually do anything with it. So I guess I can just hang out with them, save the green for next turn. But I'll use the compass to move him in here just to like make sure he has his best chance to beat that thing. I don't know if it's even feasibly possible. So yeah, going to Fallon, what does he need? Red and blue. And his bag is empty. He's got 2 reds, he's got 1 blue, he's got a white. So let's put another blue in the bag, because we're going to reshuffle everything and get an item card. What would we get? Stun 1 aberration on your map tile. That means they want to activate. Okay. But yeah, so if we can get lucky here, if we can pull a red and a blue, or a red and a white, or any combination of that, then that would be all she... Gosh darn it. Okay. But we're surviving for 1 turn, maybe. Probably. Because we push back that aberration monstrosity guy. So we can definitely hold the blue, because he'll almost certainly get a red next turn. Ooh, sign 1 villager, then you make a range attack that deals 1 damage. That seems like it will be good. So this guy's got 4, and we can only do 2 at a time. So the militia would do 2 damage. That wouldn't be enough. This guy's got only 3 life, but there's no militia to attack with. Well, what if he can move back? What if I use the black token to move 1, 2, 3 to here? So I'm on this tile. Then I'll use the yellow. Oh no, it's not going to do enough damage, is it? Yeah, because I don't have a militia here. So I could assign the archer to do 1 damage to this guy and then do another range attack to do 1 more to him, but that would not do anything. Well, actually, what if we do the militia to do 2 damage to this guy? That's not going to care about his armor. And then I get to do 1 range attack to somebody on my tile, and then I've got my stupid protruding bones, might as well use them. After an aberration attacks you, it takes 2 damage. That would finish him off. And by the way, for his abilities, Toxic and Revenge, it says when it's defeated by your hero's attack, after an aberration attacks you, it takes 2 damage. I don't think, I might be totally wrong. I don't think that's my attack that would be killing him. So maybe it wouldn't count. I don't know. I do have the net, by the way, to stun somebody, but I don't think... I would have liked to stun the guy to the north, but I'm not in his tile. So we'll stop there. We'll hold the blue. We can move back there if we get a red and win the game that way. But we got to survive another turn. All right. Big boy comes in here. If we get another shadow of that type, we lose. Batty Bats attack an Eldrin. If we take too much damage, we might get a fear and lose. 2 damage. Shoot. I'm going to use a net to block 1 of it, because that way he's 2 away from another red, because I don't want to draw a transformation and lose from fear. Okay, this guy comes in. Oh, God, he's attacking for 4 dice. Why do I think this was a good idea to put myself in this situation? 4. Well, yeah, we're going to lose right here, because I'm going to get a friggin' attack or a transformation that makes me take fear. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously. God, stupid Mike. Move every shadow on your map tile 1 space. So yeah, sometimes they give you ways to use your transformation tokens, chips in cool ways. But yeah, I lose from the... Gosh darn it. I just want to check right quick. If I had like just stayed over here, so this guy would have come over and attacked me for 1. That would not have made me take a damage. There were no shadows left. Well, I guess the wolf would have double moved in. Yeah, I just want to see if this final card would have done anything. It would have leveled up the big guy. That's fine. Increase the level of every monstrosity by 1. I mean, that's fine. And then it would have had to, God, spawn 5. Let's see if we would have survived that. So starting south, this one would come in here. Would have influence. Oh, wait, it would have been a 5. Would have double activated. He would have moved in. Okay. Would have lost either way. Gosh darn it. Why is this game so hard? I've lost every game, y'all. This is like my 4th play at different player counts in different scenarios. And it's just hard. If I just drawn a red and a blue. I could have won. If I got some more yellows to activate the guy. Oh, that's right. I guess I did get 1 out of the 2 tokens by putting the guy on the militia spot. Gosh darn it. So close. Well, anyway, that's Aberration. I'll be doing a review of this one. It's pretty fun. It's pretty frustrating. I could have, by the way, I know I already played on the easiest level of enemies. I could have also used relics, which is another way to make the game easier. I feel like I should have. Although I also should have picked better characters for the map, like I said. Let's see what I would have had. What you do is you draw a number of relics equal to the number of players, and then divide them up. So Crown of Leadership would have given me someone of us an alternate yellow. Choose any hero. That hero draws an item card, then moves their hero up to your command in spaces. Not amazing, but decent. Hunter's Blade. Make a melee attack by rolling speed dice. Ooh, and then move up to your speed. That's pretty dang good. So yeah, they can be very powerful, and this can swing things just that little bit, because you saw like what a knife's edge we were on, but that was starting on the easiest monster level. Whew. Man, this game is a challenge, but it's pretty fun. So that was Aberration. Thanks for watching, everybody, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Miles, Casey W., Andrew R., and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.